Sitting next to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado has some of the most exciting home building in the nation. We want to remind you of safety precautions that could save your life. Our intent is to make you aware of the Focus 4 hazards, show you how to identify them, and how to avoid and/or eliminate them, creating a safe work environment for you and your fellow workers. Your employer is responsible for providing you with a safe place to work, but you are also responsible for your own safety by following safety rules and using safety equipment. These things are designed to protect you and could save your life. If you see something unsafe, bring it to the attention of your supervisor immediately. If you see something, say something. Thank you to our sponsors. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 66% of all fatalities in construction are caused from falls, being struck by something, electrocution, and getting caught in or between something. Falls are the leading cause of death in construction. 39% of all deaths result from a fall. Any exposure to a vertical drop of 6 feet or greater from a working surface requires fall protection. This includes guardrails, personal fall arrest systems, or safety nets. High-risk activities where exposure to falls could occur include, but are not limited to, any work from an elevation, such as roofing, framing, siding, installing windows, or painting activities. Setting trusses and floor joists and working in truss webs, sheathing and floor decking, working near a hole or opening, including holes in floors, openings in walls, and open foundations, working from scaffolds or ladders, erecting walls near unprotected edges. Always use conventional fall protection such as guardrail systems, personal fall arrest systems, and hole covers. Avoid walking top plates. Tie off anytime the fall distance is 6 feet or greater. Make sure personal fall arrest systems are connected, used correctly, and you are trained how to use it. Use ladders, pump jacks, and other scaffolding according to manufacturer specifications. Make sure you have received training on this equipment before using it. Install guardrails around unprotected edges, windows, and door openings. Guardrails must be installed at 42 inches and 21 inches plus or minus 3 inches and toe boards on all sides of unprotected edges, holes, and openings. Guardrails should also be checked. Proper ramps and temporary stairs or ladders must be used in the absence of permanent garage or exterior stairs. Walls around stair openings and unprotected edges must be framed at 16 inches on center or have guardrails installed. Stairways with 4 or more risers must have stair rails. Make sure ladders are in good condition and extended at least 3 feet above upper landing surfaces. Always use 3 points of contact and don't carry items. Struck by is an injury resulting from being hit with an object and is responsible for 10% of construction deaths. Vehicles and equipment. Ensure all operators are properly trained and have traffic control and parking plans. Use backup alarms or a ground guide. Drive slowly and watch for others. Watch out for moving vehicles on job sites and review all traffic control plans for the job site. High visibility clothing should be worn around moving traffic and heavy equipment. Make sure you have training before operating equipment such as forklifts. Flying and falling objects. Wear hard hats. Use protective measures such as toe boards and debris nets. Secure tools and equipment to prevent falls. Barricade hazard areas and post warning signs. Falling walls and materials. Use proper equipment and rigging to lift structures such as balloon walls. Secure and brace any structure after erection and don't work under suspended loads. Electrocution is death resulting from electrical shock and is responsible for 9% of construction deaths. This happens when you come into contact with electrical power lines and equipment, lack of ground fault protection, improper grounding, and inappropriate use of cords, tools, and equipment. Always look for overhead or buried power lines. Assume they are energized. Check to make sure locates have been marked before digging. Visually inspect power poles for ground fault circuit interrupters. Make sure your power tools and cords are plugged into a GFCI. Improper grounding. Ground all power supply systems, circuits, and equipment. Always inspect all electrical equipment before use. Always use equipment with properly grounded cords. Do not use cords and tools with missing ground prongs. Use equipment according to manufacturer instructions. Remove damaged cords from service. Do not modify. Caught in or between is an injury resulting from being caught in or between an object, compressed by equipment or objects, and caught or crushed in collapsing structures, equipment, or material, and is responsible for 7% of construction deaths. Where could you be hit with or caught in between an object? Caught or pinned by heavy equipment and vehicles and equipment, caught in rotating tools, collapsing structures, collapsing excavations, and trenches. Make sure rotating equipment like cement mixers and belts and pulleys have drives with safety guards in place. Excavation and trenches. Never enter an unsafe trench or excavation, including unsafe foundation excavations. Make sure any excavations or trenches over 5 feet deep are protected before entering, less than 5 feet when required. Protective systems such as sloping, benching, and shoring must be used to provide protection from cave-in or collapse. Excavations must be inspected before each shift and as needed throughout the day by a competent person. Soil conditions and type must also be evaluated. A safe means of escape, such as a ladder, must be used whenever entering any excavation over 4 feet in depth. As we mentioned, 66% of all fatalities are caused from these 4 areas. Our goal is to make you aware of the Focus 4 hazards, show you how to identify them and how to avoid and/or eliminate them, creating a safe working environment for you and your fellow workers. This list is not all inclusive of how you can be injured or killed in construction. There are many other hazards that you may encounter. By following important safety rules, using safety equipment, and reporting unsafe conditions, you can do your part in keeping the job site safe. Remember, safety is everyone's responsibility, including yours. Make today and every day a safe day. Thanks again to our sponsors.